This is a continuation of part 1, so if you haven't seen part 1, go watch that and immediately come here because this is where this story is picking up at. So go ahead and watch part 1 and then come back to part 2. Don't forget to subscribe. So sorry if the camera moved a little bit, but yeah, so he was like, do you want to work tomorrow so you can make up the day you missed? And I'm just like, should I not, you know, for the money? But then that's the thing, you're stressing me out. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna take these 3 days and say, you know, I'm a rest. So I said, no thank you, I'll make sure to be there Friday at 7. The same thing I've been reiterating. So by the time I came back, it was the 17th, which is Friday. So like I said, the 3 days off and then Friday. Okay, this is the craziest thing. So I come in Friday and everything just feels off. Like, you know, everything feels off and I'm just ready to go. And like I said, it just feels weird. So I get like halfway through the shift and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So then I start to realize we're gonna have a bunch of people coming in. So I look and there's this older man that works on Grill 2, the best. If you want your burgers the best, he gonna do it the best. Not Lance, but another guy. He barely talks, he's so sweet. We just gonna name him Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy be doing the best. So I look at the thing, I go back and look at the schedule. And it says that Sam, my girl I met in orientation, she's supposed to come in at 3. So I was like, bet, I'm leaving at 3 because I'm just gonna be an extra person in the way. And my girl J, the only manager that I was cordial with. Like I said, cordial. Sometimes she did kind of rub me the wrong way when she wouldn't be doing nothing. But J, we didn't have no bad blood, like I said. We good. So I'm talking to just like, yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. No one knows my schedule unless they need it or they want to use it against me, because nobody knew I was actually supposed to be leaving at 4. Like I said, either way, at 3 someone's coming in. So I told her, yeah, girl, like I leave at 3 today, but you should be having Sam, like Sam's supposed to be coming in. And she's like, Sam? So I had to explain because she didn't know who Sam was, but she was like, oh no, she ain't coming in today. I'm like, huh? It got her on the schedule under my name, so what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, she said she had a flight to catch yesterday when she left and she was going out of town. And I'm like, so these people no one knew, and they ain't down. I'm pretty sure they're not down her throat like they are mine. And I'm just like, wow. And I'm pretty sure J told nobody because J don't really talk to everybody. And I'm just like, double standards, it has to be. And I was just like, it doesn't matter because I'm still living at 3. I'm still leaving at 3. So when 3 came, gone. So before I left, about 30 minutes before I left, I saw in there. And like I said, I was not in the mood. And like I said, I'm like, if he catches me again, I'm just done. Like, ain't no catching. But I've already explained to you this situation. If there's enough people here, I should be able to go, because I've been here since 6 and these people just came in at 8. That's a big difference, a big digit difference. No Rico. But yeah, and I wanted to give this scenario so you know that I'm not the only one doing it. Other people are doing it and they're getting away with it and they still have their job. Tyrone, that same day, Tyrone is the grill cook, right? He takes more than just his 30-minute break. He just takes breaks and breaks and breaks and breaks and disappears once he has enough food made. I heard him. He was talking to himself, but then he was talking to his mom, and I heard him. This man was high off life. Like, the best grill cooks always are. And I heard him talking to his mom on the phone, like I said, because this man is blazed. And he's just talking. He's like, yeah, they got me down to work till 2, but I'm gonna leave out of here at 1. And I'm like, he better not. Like I said, I ain't no snitch though, but I'm just knowing in my head. So then he goes, and this man leaves at 1. And I'm just like, he did not just leave me here like that. And he did. And I was just like, ooh, no. So that's why, fast forward back, that's why when I was talking to Jay, I wanted to leave at 3. So I leave at 3, and as I'm leaving, I see my
y'all, I don't know why, like, I apologize. I keep saying these people real names. Pretty much the manager I was talking to that I said was cool, we're just gonna call her J. And the manager that y'all know I can't stand, M. I don't know why I'm over here exposing these people like that.
We literally, you know that awkward brush you do when someone's too close, like that, you be like, and you be that close, like that close. We were that close. This man didn't say hi, he didn't acknowledge me, like, and I don't like that, because I'm not saying like it's a stereotype. I come from Southern hospitality. If you see somebody, speak, nod, wave, especially if you're supposed to be a manager of some type of profession. You could have said hi or how you doing and just keep it pushing, but you act like I wasn't there, and that disrespected me to the core. And I was like, oh, well, you don't acknowledge my existence now, so baby, when I'm gone, don't act like it's a big beneficial thing and it's gonna hurt you. It's really gonna hurt you. So as I'm leaving, it's very weird. M goes outside and he escorts a girl in. And I thought this is weird because you don't usually escort your employees in. And so this is just a conspiracy, y'all. But I think that was like his little sister or cousin, because they look similar and the way they were just like close and stuff. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm being replaced, because I've never seen this girl. No one's seen her. Turns out she's part of the weekend crew. We're gonna name her Maria. And I'm just like, oh, that must be Maria or something. Like, Maria must be like her brother or something, like I said. And then kind of had his arm around her, like that was his prize gym. And I'm like, cool, move so I can get home. Like, I had stuff to do that day. But yeah, so and then the crazy thing is, like, I'm going to keep solidifying this point. I did not get a break none of these days. The only time I got a break is because one of the serious managers, because they had the district managers there, wanted me to take a break, because if they didn't see me take a break, then it was going to be a thing with them. Pretty much every, I think, week or two, they have district managers come in, and the owner of the 2 McDonald's on the main streets, because he pretty much wants to hear, you know, what's going on in his stores, what he fixed. He wants the honest truth. They knew not to put me on that microphone, because I sure would have been like, Mr. Ronald McDonald, let me tell you about this. They're overworking us and get no break. I done burnt myself. The food is sometimes raw. The onions ain't really onions. They won't let me go home. They won't listen. They saying I can't change nothing until 90 days. But my name not even in the system. We treated like dogs. They keep looking at us. They not even working. They knew not to put me on that stand, because I would expose everything. Everything. But yeah, so we're gonna go to the day that had me the hottest I could have been. Whew. So this took place on Saturday. So let me go ahead and explain until I bring out my proof that's about to come up. Yeah, I got receipts now. I should have been started recording and stuff, but it didn't hit me that like I was gonna need proof. I didn't even know I was gonna make a story time to the end, because I was like, dang, I got proof now. So it's Saturday. They had me scheduled to work 5 a.m. to 1. I'm excited, not excited, but I'm like, okay, at least I'm up early. So I go, I get my stuff. It's like, you know, 20 minutes till 5. And I'm just like, I want to get in there early just so I got the bathroom to myself, to be honest. I'm be honest with y'all, I have to do number 2. Not 20 minutes before, I'm sorry. Maybe like, let's say like 8 minutes before or something like that. So I go and I'm at the, you know, the lobby entrance, the front door. So I'm like, oh, go ahead, knock a little bit, you know, waiting. You know, got my Mickey D's hat on, like, okay. No one's coming. Okay, let's do the police knock. Let me make sure ain't no crackhead trying to take me, because this is the south part of Main Street. Okay. So I keep banging, right? And eventually 2 managers come up to the front. Billy and this other lady. Never learned her name. But yeah, they come up to the front. They sitting there chit-chatting and talking. They drive through the window. I'm like, I know they hear me, so then I knock again. Boom, boom, boom. You can hear it. You can hear it. Or you should know the look. I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes at this point. And it's about 5. And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go home. I'm about to go home. So I'm walking back. I am heated. I'm thinking about going to the drive-thru myself and being like, they're gonna be like,
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I take your order?
Yes, I would like to order for you to open the door so I can get in and start my shift, please.
Sorry. No, there's like a bunch of crackheads out there. Like, we didn't know who.
Give me an extra 50.
I mean, we didn't know you were scheduled.
I was heated. So I went back to my car and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I should just go home. But I was like, no, like this will be my last day if that happens. Like, you know, because I already called, you know, I already did no call, no show once. Y'all, before I head back to the car, I decided, let me call the store number. Radio silence. And I'm standing at the door calling, so I'm looking like some creep like. And you know what I did? I went to my car. And they really had me messed up. Because I'm just like, they must not know my generation. My generation would say, fuck a job and go home. That's what's about to happen. So I'm like, you know what? Let me record this for my being. You know? So I went and I recorded this video myself, kind of explaining what happened.
Hey, this don't make no sense. It is 5-something in the morning. I was coming 5 to 2. I'm here. It's like 5. What time is it right now? It's like, it has to be like 5:05 or something. I've been banging on the door for 10 minutes. Nobody's coming to the door. No one's looking. And I know they hear it because not that much shit is happening. I went to every door. This don't make no sense. Like, look at this. Like, it makes no sense. They won't answer the door. I'm supposed to be here 5 to 2. And then if I show up 6 to 2, it's going to be an issue. Because I already know they're going to say something because the 2 main people that work today are not here. So I need to go in and prep for breakfast. And this is why I say I can't be here anymore. If you know someone's coming in at 5, which you should because you're supposed to be a reliable manager, you should know someone's coming. And I'm about to stand at the door and record because this is ridiculous. So when they try to be like, oh, well, you didn't come at the correct time, this and that, da 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 da, it's going to be an issue. That's why I'm about to just sit here and record because... Hold up, I'm over here so mad I done left my car light on. Hold up. But yeah, we're going to try it again because this is ridiculous. And I'm going to record until they open the door. Because they saw me last time. And what did they do? Nothing. So we're just going to keep knocking. Because I know they heard me and I'm just going to discreetly record. So yeah, we're going to see how long this actually takes. They might actually come out because a car just came. But look at this.
Okay, so that's what happened, right? So after that, I decided to film myself walking to the door and knocking and looking at all the doors that were not unlocked. Like I said before, so unorganized. So I decided to take a video of me begging at the door. Now, it's not the best quality, guys, and I know you're probably like, you could have did better. Number 1, my camera's busted, which is why I need to get a new one. And number 2, I wasn't trying to be like, yeah, let corporate see you. Caught in 4K. So here's the clip of that.
Door right there. Another door. Another door. I'm recording for my purposes. I'm sorry, my camera's all wonky. I need to get it fixed. But we're about to sit here and record until they open the door. See, this bald motherfucker does not see me. Like, y'all see. I know y'all see him, like, look through the glass and then just start back organizing like he doesn't see me.
Yeah, like literally y'all can see, like I was talking, I'm sorry, I was cussing a lot because I was heated. It's 5 a.m, the birds are chirping, the crackheads out. I'm trying to just go to work. This man, as you can see, this man is wiping down the clear see-through glass that's looking right at the door, and he doesn't see me. At the end of the video, I know you're probably like, why did it stop there? I had it in my pocket and I was just faced towards the door. The person who opened the door was an employee who was just going to the front to check and make sure everything was good. So if she didn't come up there, I would have just went home and be done. So they let me in and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I go in, I do what I gotta do, you know, stocking, restocking, all this. So then fast forward to about, let's say about 8, maybe 8. I'm like, who are all these people coming up in the kitchen? I've never met these people in my life. Pretty much they were high schoolers. And along the high schoolers, I saw Maria, the girl I saw earlier under M's arm. So I'm just like, oh. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So while I'm working, I'm looking around and I'm counting. I'm like, we have 4 people in here. There's only 3 needed. So I'm just like, you know, this is weird. So literally, I'm just standing around like this, sitting on the daggone freezer. I'm not sitting on it, but I'm leaning on it. And I'm just like, okay. So here's something very important to know. About an hour before these people came in, I asked Billy, the manager. I said, hey, can I take a break? Like, I need to go home and go on my 30 because this other lady was leaving and I didn't know anyone was coming in. So I'm just like, you know, I might have to be back here solo dolo. So I go take my 30 and he just like had this weird look about it. Like he didn't want me to take it. He was like, why are you asking me this question? So then back to when all the, you know, high schoolers came in, because I didn't know most of them work on the weekends. I didn't really have a problem with Maria. It wasn't nothing towards her, nothing like that. But her tone was very condescending and I don't like that. Like I said, I don't like being talked down to. So she was like, she'll be saying stuff like, oh, more chicken. Like, we need more chicken, it's out. I'm like, yeah, it's already down. And she's like, oh, well, do you have this? And I'm like, yeah. Do you have that? Like, girl, back up, let me do what I gotta do. So then comes about 10:15. I'm like, oh, it's time to drop lunch. So I go and drop everything for lunch. And she's like, after I get done, she's like, you cooked it too early. I'm like, no, like we usually cook them at 10:15. And she was like, okay, well, you cooked them too early. I'm like, okay, you said that. And she's like, well, I'm just saying don't drop any more. I'm like, okay. And so eventually I hear this lady yell out. She's like, who cooked lunch this early? I said, me. She was like, well, on weekends, lunch doesn't start till 11. I'm like, how would I know? Nobody trained me. So I'm already getting irritated, like I said, because then about 11, we have about 5 people in line, on the line. There's only supposed to be 3. We now have 2 extras. Pretty much before all them came in, I was talking to the janitor. This janitor know everybody's business. If anybody know everybody's business, it's the janitor. I was talking to him. I should have gave him a name, but it's fine. I was talking to him and he was like, there should be someone coming in at 11, honey. So there's someone to help you out. I'm just like, 11? We already got 4 people. I make 5. Wait, we already got 3 people. I make 4. This man's gonna make 5. That's too many back here. So when the janitor told me that, I went to Billy myself and I'm like, hey, you're gonna have too many people back here. It's getting crowded already. Can I leave early? He's like, dude, like he was mumbling. He's like, gotta look around and you know, move people around and look at the schedule. And I'm just like, cause you know, so-and-so leaving at 12. I'm like, that's drive-through. What are you talking about? We're talking about grill. So then he leaves and leaves me just pretty much fumbled, right? Like I said, I'm still kind of mad at him because this man left me outside to the wolves and the crack heads. I don't know why I paused. So I'm mad because I'm sitting there. There's nothing to do. Like I said, they're weekend shifts, so they know what to do. They don't got everything. We're sitting there, and I'm irritated. I'm like, yo, it's literally 12. I asked to go home. I'm sitting here doing nothing. I can go home. Like, please let me go home. I'm asking you. You should be like, okay, she don't want money. Let's go. Let her go home. No, you're giving me a hard time for no reason. So then I go past the janitor. He's cleaning out the fryers at the front, and there's this other lady. She's always been cool. I love her. And I think she actually is a manager, but she never flaunted it, which I liked about her. So I'm walking past, and the janitor's like, hey, baby, like, did you ever get to go home early? You leaving? I'm like, no, I'm going to the bathroom. And so the lady, she was like, leaving? I was like, yeah, I've been here since 5, and I was trying to leave early because we have everybody in there. There's 5 people online. She's like, you know what? You can go ahead and go home, baby. I'm like, yes. Go back there. I'm not even checking with Billy because before this happened, Billy decided to get smart with this girl that was close to my age, and that girl showed out on her. I think she actually wanted to go home too because there was too many people back there, and he wouldn't let her because I heard him being like, oh, she's so ungrateful, I'll give that 12 shift to someone else and da 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 da. And I'm just like, in the handbook, don't we have a thing called no like repercussions or no personal like agendas? So I decided to go home, and that day, like, just in my soul, that day, I was just like, should I quit? Like, I was really just faced with the question of should I quit? Because that whole day, I just wanted to go home. And I know you're probably like, why do you want to work then? I do. But I'm saying, if I'm not needed and you're telling me I can't get these weekends off, but then I get there on the weekend and it's full, like, what do you expect? Like, I'm gonna be mad because I could have just stayed home, or you could have just had me work the hours that I wanted to, which was 5 to daggone 10 or something. So like I said, and then the issue with me is that this is the second time, no, this is like the third time, once I've shown my concern for something, they just walk around like I'm not there and they don't really care. Like, remember when it happened the first time? This is now the third time of, okay, I asked you, could I go home, this and that, and I explained to you my concerns, and then you go around the rest of the day, he was avoiding me, because this man talks to everybody, every single second, everything. He avoided me, didn't say nothing to me. When I would be standing there, like, close to him, he wouldn't say nothing to me, and I'm just like, okay, okay. Yeah. And like I said, I just felt since you didn't acknowledge me, you know, I'm not going to show up the next day because it was Father's Day. I forgot, and I was like, you know what? A lot of people don't really celebrate Father's Day. So, like, you know, it's not going to be that bad. But still, I already had the mindset of, okay, I'm leaving here because y'all are just doing too much. You're doing me dirty, everything like that. And I honestly just didn't plan on going back at all. Pretty much, they noticed I wasn't there Sunday. So they texted me Monday. Not only... Hold on. Who do y'all think texted me on Monday? Just guess. I give you multiple choice answers. A, Billy. B, M himself. C, none of the above. None of the above. You know who texted me? The GM herself, Bertha. And I'm just like, I'm getting a little old text from the GM. G Wilkers, I feel special. Like, huh? So when that happened, you know, hold on, they texted me at like 8 in the morning of Monday, which was weird. And that's the crazy thing because I was supposed to work on Monday. Like I said, I decided I was just done. So what had me is that they were gonna try to do it in person. That's what was gonna happen, and that wasn't gonna be good. So it's good that I didn't show up because they would have tried to do something in person. The reason why I say this is because when the text came in, I noticed at the tippity top that it said 2 people in the chat. And I'm like, they ain't talking about me, so who else is in this little group chat that you're trying to, you know, throw around? Lo and behold, it's in himself. And I'm just like, he has another. This is really weird to me. Like, as managers, usually they just talk to you. He decided to get the GM herself to have her reach out to me and he didn't reach out to me. He's sitting there in the background on his phone. I'm gonna watch this. Like, no. And I was like, oh yeah, we're shutting this down because this is about to be an ambush situation. Like, they got me in here, and like I said, if I didn't notice, well, I know exactly what was gonna happen if I didn't shut this shit down, y'all. What was gonna happen is that I was gonna text first, say like, oh, I have a problem with this, and he's gonna come and counter everything I say, and it's gonna be a back and forth, and that's what we're not about to do. And like I said, this situation could have been just stood between me and him, a grown man and a grown woman, or the GM herself could have just had a conversation with me to figure out what is happening. So this is what happens. She had to announce herself as the GM. GM.
Donnae, M is in the process of making next week's schedule, but I'm concerned because you were a no-call, no-show yesterday. I tried to give new folks, the benefit of the doubt, but I cannot allow missed shifts to go unnoticed. I've included M in this text because we, capital letters, need to know what's going on and to ensure that shifts aren't missed moving forward.
So I honestly took a minute with it. Like, I didn't answer till 4:38 something. Because I had to, girl, when I say I turned this text into an essay, I went and I done wrote a whole essay on paper, then typed that on my notes, and then copied and pasted. And I still made a spelling mistake, but she got what I was saying. Y'all, this, like, look at this. I'm not playing, but here y'all go. If y'all want to read along. But yeah, like I said, there was no reason for her to even be in this conversation, or if she wanted to talk to me and actually figure out what was going on, we could have did that personally. But like I said, they already didn't want me because I stood my ground and I talked, because I'm not about to let y'all run over me. But yeah, so here's what I said. I said, hello, here's the situation. So I've been constantly thrown into situations blindly for the little time that I've worked here. Even the first day, I didn't have a trainer after my first 30 minutes and was left with no help. I've been thrown into positions with no training, period. Although I've adapted quickly, it doesn't make a wrong right. My main issue, to be honest, has been certain members of management that have made the environment horrible. I understand that availability can't be changed for 90 days, but there's been no attempt to work with me or even to see what times work best. The sad fact is that I have limited say-so of work and its hours. Keep in mind, these hours are exhausting. Due to most days, it's not the right time to take a break, and I'm not able to. Open availability means for me to be available to work when you need me, not for me to be scheduled just because. I mentioned getting weekends off or only working a certain amount of days to be reminded that I can't do so to me being needed in the 90 days policy. Which is funny because I've showed up to the days I'm needed to an overstaffed station with 6 people in line and people, including myself, to just be standing around. And let's not forget how I've been excluded and will often be ignored after I brought up an issue or concern. Billy and M, exactly. No communication at all. I honestly enjoyed the job for a minute, literally 5 minutes. But due to the hours, the lack of organization of others, and being ignored and overlooked, I quit. And in words, you can move on, thanks. And that's a reference to the first text he sent me saying, let me know so we can move on, thanks. So I throw my shade back. So I'm just like, I quit. Like, I just said it. What she said next had me baffled. And I was just like, oh, I want a box. Because what she said next was just crazy. She said, no
problem. Wish you well, and we will agree to disagree. Good luck with your future endeavors.
And I said, same, and good luck keeping employees. That answer is like, and that's the thing too, I know y'all probably like, well, you wasn't professional either. I was definitely professional in person. Keep in mind, I don't have the track record for me being professional, but I never said anything. They were getting their way, which is why they were compliant. But the minute I start telling them what's going to happen, not what's going to happen, that sounds bratty. Once I told them what's going to work and when I need to work, they started realizing, oh, she's not just gonna follow us blindly and work all the days we want her to work. No, I'm not. I want to have a say-so, especially if you're saying I get 2 days off. Let me go ahead and put some type of say-so in there. And with Bertha's response that had me messed up, and we will agree to disagree. As a general manager, as someone who's above these other people, you should take these concerns in and be like, okay, there's been a concern in management, or I understand your concerns, this and that, but still, you're just kissing butt at this point. So you can be like, you know what, I know these people, they're not like this. And she did that when someone did a complaint at orientation about somebody at the other location. She said, oh no, they're just like that, you know. But once you get to know them, it'll be better. Like, no, if someone's telling you they're having this problem with them, there's a reason why they're telling you. It's because they're having this problem. And now I realize why when we have orientation, there's 5-6 people and more people rolling in daily, because you can't keep nobody in here for a reason. That's why I said same and good luck keeping employees. And I meant what I said. And yeah. It is crazy to me. All I'll say is that I'd rather be broke and just living off of nothing than to be mistreated, walked on, and just plain disrespected by everybody in there. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know in the comment section if you worked at a McDonald's and you have experience like this. Or let me know your experience if it was positive. I don't know, it might even be my story. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and see you in the next video. Peace out.